Welcome to this series where we are taking a look at the 1.13 update for Empyrion Galactic Survival. In the last part, we were operating right up here where we found the comm array, and of course we took out the lower levels of the secret base. And at the end of that video, we uncovered a teleporter to a mainframe, which is down here. And what I've done since the end of that video is you can see my path down through here. And you can see I picked up various bits and pieces. One thing that I have found is two submerged tanks. I think there's one there and one here. And I didn't get that much in the way of loot. But what I did get was, if I come here, is a radiation protection. So we've now got a radiation protection of 14, which should help us with respect to operating on this planet. The other thing I've been working on, if we go to the factory, you can see I've been working on the auger. The carbon substrate's pretty moving forward. The copper ingots are close, so's the iron. The cobalt, I think I've got the cobalt for it. I've got the estrum. The big problem at the moment is silicon. I mean, I've got the Neo. I just haven't put it in there in case I get certain opportunity to loot something. I mean, the iron ingots and that I kind of picked up from the various kind of shelters and ancient bits and pieces spread down through the map here. So I kind of looted the engine compartment and the destroyed shelters. And I got a little bit off of a crash sentinel rear, dropped in a lake there. So, and at the same time, I've also, it's disappeared. Is I looted down some estrum, some magnesium. I think I got a pentaxid deposit as well. I want to get some aluminium before we leave as well. But in this part, what we're going to do is carry on with the main mission. And we're going to go up to the mainframe. Now, before we take the capital vessel up, I'm just going to use the MX-5 to do a recon. Because I think there is actually... Oops. I don't think I've got my jetpack on yet. I haven't. Yeah, I think there's a turret. So, let's see. What's the fuel on here? We're getting a bit low on fuel. We're getting a little bit low on fuel, so... Manage fuel. I mean, I've got some promethium now, so I think it's main storage. We'll drop some of that in there. And we're going to fly up. Easier if we... So here's the mainframe. As I say, I'm pretty certain there is a turret that hangs around. There it is. I think that's the only one. You can see we got the gravity generator there. There's the teleporter that we arrived, if you watch the last part. Oops. There. So what we've got to do is actually come into here. One thing I do want to talk about is the problem, the fact that you've got the mainframe up here and it's in the air. Now, if you've got a capital vessel like I've got, if you get killed, then it's not that much of a problem because you can respawn back into the CV at the same level. Because what we'll do is we'll bring the capital vessel up and dock it as close into the mainframe as possible. Now, if you haven't got ability to spawn, you've got kind of two options. One, you can just leave your ship docked up there, jump off, and then you can use this option here to turn the power off so that the SV drops down. Just make sure your SV is in a position where it will drop down. The alternative is that you deploy the tent all the way back over here next to the comm array, and that means that if you get killed, you can then go through the comm array, back through the secret base, and then respawn back up on the top. And if your SV's there waiting for you, you've got a thing. But what we're actually, I think what I'm going to do, just in case, because I have had the odd time where I've actually fallen off the ship. There's lots of bugs and things around here. which I've been slowly using up my ammunition. Yeah, I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put the MX5 down here, because I have once fallen off the top of this base here. There's a little bit of carbon substrate there. Pick that up on the way through. Lots of creepy noises. I mean, I don't really need this, but I might as well grab it on the way through. I've got to find the entrance to the ship now. Where's the entrance? It's up over here. Yes, these bushes weren't here when I arrived here. They seem to have appeared since I've loaded the game back in again. We'll just shove this in input. The carbon substrate in there. I think what I will do is, I've got quite a lot of crushed stone, so we'll take 100 off, making up for 300 carbon substrate while we're at it. Now, just going to fly up. The problem's going to be getting if I can get the nose in so that we're hard against the capital vessel like that. That should be okay. I'm gonna have to leave the thrusters on. I think what we will do is offload the what's the MX5? Oh, the MX5's too far away. Personal weapons were just offload this, and I think we're take that with us as well. The length of the ship, and we should be able to walk down the nose and get into here. Got him. Yeah, this entrance can be a little bit dodgy with the some fuel. Not that guy just there. Anybody else? They've got two of them, one on each side. I think we will use the so the key with this is not to okay, we got some Mickey guys over there. Just work on the health kits. If I can get rid of him. Well, these are the combat walkers. Get a reload. I think the laser is going to be the... Oh, wow. Okay, it's another one coming in. from another angle. Okay. I think it's the small, as I say, up here it pays to stay healthy. Okay. Okay, the walker's coming in fairly close, so we can. Got them. Okay, what we're going to do is do a little bit of looting. And we'll see if there's anybody else around that wants to die. That guy is still alive. So is that guy. That guy's dead. Got that guy. So we got one on this side, one on that side. Okay, again. With the... Yeah, this is actually made up of 3 levels. The core is actually down on the 3rd level. But if I remember correctly, there's some fairly good loot in here. Oops. That corner is a pain in the neck. Got him, okay. So we can get this guy around the corner. Got him. Got him. Sometimes they go through the windows, so you can't actually get them. Right, I think we've got main control of the area. Let me just have a little bit of an unload now. You've got to be a little bit careful with some of the windows because you can drop through. Okay, get this here. Put this in main storage. Just gonna have a little bit of a reload so that we can flip weapons should we need to. I think we will just have something to eat as well. Got burgers. Okay. Actually, I think I've got some ammunition. Is it input or is it output? I can't remember now. Or ammo. Main storage. Okay, I thought I had some. Let me just see. I think I could make some. Yeah, there we are. I knew I had some ammo. Just wasn't looking in the right place. Right. I need to keep an eye out. Clear the spawners. Okay, we've cleared this top bit. As you can see, we've got loads of this is the way up and back, but there's a turret down in there. Okay. Got it. Another bandage. Okay, we got a med station here. I think that's very generous of them. Not seeing any loot here. Okay. Oh. Get rid of you. So we've got control of the top floor, mid-center floor. Floor. Not floor, floor. What was that? Okay, I went down. Nope. I got a bit lost in the floors there. I thought I went down a floor, but maybe I went back up too far again. Yeah, that's my own fault. Home base. So we're in here. Don't know if I got any. I think what I will do is just knock out. Another advantage of having the SV close by is you can do that. Yeah, it looks like I went up to... I think this is the problem that you can have, is that we should be safe on this floor. I think it's because it's a shaft. Oops. Okay. I think we're waster. Right, it's 2 turrets. Let me just get the health back up again. Yeah, that's what was causing the problem. You can see there's 2 loot boxes over there. I seem to have got... That guy's really close. Got him. I seem to be hooked on something. There's another turret there. Ooh, nearly dead. Nearly dead. Main range of the bridge. Emergency reserve. Right. This way, I think the red is not helping very much either, because the red kind of hides the turrets. Okay. Oh. Got a rail gun. We'll just shove everything to main storage at the moment. We'll certainly take the ammo. Nothing with... Oops. It's this central piece. Let me just sneak up here. There's the turret there. Oops. I think having the heavy armor and that makes a difference. Nice large generators here, but I don't think we can actually loot this down unless of course the core gets destroyed. What we got here, no Zarcosium though. Unfortunately. Silicon, cobalt, magnesium. What am I doing? That into there. Okay, that can go into there. So let's just have a little bit of a sort out. I think we've got everything we need at the moment. Okay. I think that's probably about everything for this floor. Not seeing anything else. As I say, there's some nice loot here, but find the mainframe, find the switch. The switch is on the lower floor. Just have a good look round. Okay, I think we've got everything here. Let me just take a look in there. Okay. Now the problem with this floor is that we've got to let me just do a recon and see if where any turrets are. Because unlike when you go up, you've got, okay, there's a robot there. There's some mechs over there. And we got possibly some cover. We got rid of him. Aha. Right, we're gonna probably now we've got rid of the guy that's. Oh, there's another one. Okay, there's another one. Okay. Here's another one. Oops. Oh. There's definitely something that wants to shoot us. There's the mech there. Is there any turrets or anything on this side? No. Okay, what we're going to have to do is go in. Here we go again. Got him. Okay. The switch is over there. Okay, so stand here and heal up again. Get quickly into the fridge. Oh, fridge, please. Oh, I don't have the MX5 nearby, do I? My big med kits are down on that. Okay. Get rid of you. Oh, I thought he'd gone through the wall, but he hadn't. Got him. Okay. we actually take the safe in plates that time. Now, it's quite important to get what loot you can before you flip the switch, because this place can blow up quite spectacularly, if I remember correctly. So you need to pick up the loot first. That's the fridge. We'll put that in the fridge. You've got main storage. Just go into there. We got a little bit of oxygen. Don't really need it. Getting a hit, a bandage, and those two. Right, we're just going to advance down through here. Where take the actually I'll just use the. Don't think there's anything in these stacks beyond it. Yeah, I think a lot of these they kind of congregate towards the top. Okay, reload on the run. I think that's about it. I don't. We got those, didn't we? Well, I don't know, we've just arrived just in time. The logs confirm the data from the Titan hasn't been transmitted further yet. There's also an entry noting that the temp memory device used is apparently deliberately destroyed. Our initiate a deletion routine now, but just a moment. It appears some bridge logs up from the Titan were transmitted before the ship was destroyed. Can you give me a brief summary of the logs, please? Apart from what we already know about the Xerx's arrival in the battle, Admiral Banner sacrificed the Titan to ensure the fleet's escape. The ship has previously been evacuated except for the flight crew and the Admiral. Alex Leman, Jennifer Zogan, Mercer Senate, and Admiral Yarden were the last to leave the ship. On one log entry notes that survivors of the Heidelberg and other damaged ships were already being transferred to the Grand under Admiral Perez earlier. Good news, return to Kessel. I mean, we got to go all the way back to so the ship didn't blow up. Okay. Is this actually got a core? Is this an admin? Yeah, it's an admin core. Oops. Say this used to blow up. Okay, so we leave the mainframe. Yeah. Thank you, game. Well, I'm sure I used to get more loot from that. Commander, I think I've triggered a self-destruct mechanism. But how or not immediate time to meet up with Gezel. We're just going to jump on there. Ah, great. But the trouble is, a lot of the key stuff has been destroyed, the good stuff. I'll go back in again, I'll just show you. So it's on a switch now rather than a warp to the Eleon system. Yeah, sorry game, we're going to spend a little bit of time here. See, all the really good loot. I mean, if you wanted to, you could pick this up, but if we go back down, I bet you those generators have gone. Let me just see. I mean, the med stations could be good. Well, okay, it blew up, so, but it's still an admin core. Thank you, game. But as I said, there isn't that much in the way of loot here anyway, so now obviously it wants us to return to the Eleon system, but we're not going to the Eleon system just yet, simply because there is some potential for some really good loot on this planet. I certainly want the aluminium, and there is promethium, estrum, and other stuff in, and it's not, I don't think it's not just this planet, it's this system. If we have a look at the system, I mean, we've got, if we go to the info panel, let's see, you've got some empty space here and it says undiscovered. We've got what have we got here? We've got frozen nitrogen. It's really cold. It's as easy. What have we got here? So we've got a couple of undiscovered bits and pieces in here. So it's asteroid field, few radiated. So I certainly would like to check this stuff out, because we need Sarcosium. So anyway, we better get down on the ground and pick up the MX5. Where's the MX5? There it is. There's the local bug uglies. Using up all my ammunition. So I'm just gonna... Yeah, I think this planet's certainly worth a good session over, so... oops, what am I doing? I'm going to the position to actually fly the MX5, not recover it. Wherefore art thou? There we are. There's a jolly old MX5. I mean, the ship ensures that we've got a secure location with all the turrets giving overwatch, so... Oops. Actually, there is one building I did find, which we might as well go back and check out. Let me just dock the ship and I'll show it to you. I'm kind of thinking that I'm wasting fuel with the MX5. Let me just see. Bridge. I'm gonna keep the bandages. Anything that can perish, we're gonna put, or eat the grilled steaks. Right? Actually, the alien parts can go to there. That's got a perish time. That's got a perish time. That hasn't. That hasn't. That hasn't. That can go there. That doesn't perish. That does. That doesn't. That doesn't. I think we can save some fuel by actually switching the MX5 off. I'm not really using it very much at the moment, so we can keep the meds in there, put that in there, and that kind of gets everything all sorted out. Let's make sure we switch off the right one. That means we won't be burning fuel in the MX5 for the moment. I don't know why I've got the gun out, but let me just check my crops. Seeing we've been busy for a little while. I say I don't have that much in the way of crops, so we need to pick them regularly to get the maximum benefit. So, oops, I shove that in the fridge. Kind of trade weapons, we might as well sell that stuff. Input, let's put that in there. Main storage. I'll sort out all the kind of general junk and that off camera, guys. So we're just going to sort this out a bit. I think I've got a little bit too much actually, but there's I just like to carry. I don't think we need that. Well, we'll keep that. Keep the spare pulse rifle for the moment. Let's see if I can find what I've found. There we are, abandoned mine. We're going to go there. Yeah, I think it's going to be worth actually doing this abandoned mine. So what we're going to do is go in that direction. So you can see how it's really close. And I mean, going back to the Eleon system means that we're not probably going to get much in the way of what we call it, Sarcosium. So An abandoned mine is probably an option for finding it. I think before we do it, we'll just go and see what that other question mark is and resource. So just skate over round it first, and then we'll see what this is. Could be, if there's another submerged tank, it'd be quite nice. And also the resource could be quite useful as well. Certainly want some aluminium and other stuff before we leave. But destroyed shelter, I don't think there's going to be much. We'll take a quick look at this. Looks like we got loads of arachnids and stuff around here, as we could go and collect the meat. Seeing they've used up some of my ammunition, we might as well. And there's nothing here. Well, we got a little bit of bits and pieces. Oh wow, I'm suffering from the cold. That's because I've taken my EVA component off. That's okay. We'll be fine. Yeah, I've forgotten. I took the EVA off to boost my armor. Yeah, we had a little mild touch of hypothermia, which consumed a little bit of food. Nothing. Right, I'm just gonna check the resources here. Then we'll go back to the abandoned whatever it is. Got a small copper deposit. And that, now I'm probably going to mine that, but I'll do it off camera. Simply because I do need copper. Because obviously we're going to use it up with respect to our ammunition. Right, I'm not going to go barreling in with the CV because there's bound to be some turrets on the abandoned mine, so just fire up the good old MX5. Probably killing arachnids again. Power on. What are we killing? Can't see what we were killing. I'll try and trigger the reactionary fire. One down. One up there. What was it? The one just there. Shit, the MX5 is going to need a little bit in the way of repair. Oi. Well, certainly loot you. Then we'll see what the damage is to the MX5. Oh, okay, we just lost one block out the front there. Oh. Okay. What we get these guys as well. Right. Reload. I think we've got all the exterior turrets now. Just fly around and see. Oh, we're not worried about the Scorpion. We can deal with him later on. Yeah, I think we've got all the turrets that would be a threat to the CV. So just gonna pick up the... What are you firing at again? Level off. Right, we can leave the power and thrusters on for the moment. Get into the ship. Again, caught on a single little rock. Wait, this is a hunking great big capital vessel. Alright, what I'm going to do is see if we can find a flat area. Actually, I think if I can turn the ship round and we're just park here. Obviously, we're not going to be able to complete the abandoned mine in this part but what we will be able to do is do the top layer and open up the access to the lower levels. So also going through quite a lot of fuel. Let's see, how much fuel have I got? Okay, we filled that up. That's 64. This is refined. Let me just put this in the fridge while I'm thinking about it. This can go to main storage. This can go to input. I mean, I've got 276. We got Promethium. We're definitely going to need to pick up Promethium, main storage. Right, let's see if we can unlock the large fuel packs. Okay, and the fuel cells. What do we need for that? We need hydrogen. This is just Promethium pellets. So this gives us 150. This gives us 30. For 10 pellets, it gives us that. For 50 pellets, it gives us 150. I think we'll knock out some. We'll do about. That should give us 40. Let's go for 60. That will replenish what I've just been consuming. Definitely turn the thrusters off. Yep. As I say, I think there's 10 deposits on here. I think I've taken out. Is it Promethium? No, that's pentaxid. Okay, there's no Promethium on this planet. Most there is. There's 10 there. I think we've done one. I don't want to sound greedy, but my instinct is to try and get all 10 of those, but that's going to be a bit of a grind to actually do and find. Right, what we're going to do, Yeah, the ship's already powered up. What I'm going to do is see if I can get the MX5 parked right in the center there. One, that will give us overwatch, and the second thing is it will give us the range of the, it will give us the ability to with the Wi-Fi. Obviously there's lots of bug uglies coming in. Yep. I think I can get it. I can get the ship in. Okay, there's an arachnid there. Okay, thrusters off. Draw them away and then the turrets can get them. I was actually going back in my chair there. A little bit of panic there because I was selected the wrong weapon. There was the scorpion hanging around here. Let's make sure we got him. Now the way down is there, but before we can go down we've got to go up. There's the scorpion. What have I got? Okay, the first, it's probably dermal parasites here. Okay, we can use one of these to get rid of it. Or we could use one of those. And of course we've got to use a bandage to clear that. Of course, because we had dermal parasites, we've got food shortage. Right, we're in range of the ship, so it's not a problem. Put that in, then this we can trade. I don't want to use a dino stew. We'll just eat a pizza, I think. This can go into miscellaneous trade goods. Okay, there's something else still hanging around over here. I think that's because I landed on top of him. Okay, so just gonna have a quick loop round. Ah, good old Sathian plates. Let me just put that in there. This can go directly into input. I mean, there's close to 0 chance of getting any Zarkosium, but we might get some on lower down. I'll just put these in the fridge for the moment. That's there. Input. A little bit of that. I think these have. Do these have anything in? I thought these had something in them, but obviously not. Okay, let me just go over here. A couple of steel plates. Go in there. Take that. Okay, we've got more plants. We can shove in the fridge. In some ways, those plants are a little bit of an useful because, if necessary, I can rearrange my garden now to be a little bit more efficient. Because all I put in last time was the plants that I had Right, I think we've now kind of looted out this bit. What we've got to do now is go up here. You can still hear an arachnid around here somewhere. We go up here, there's a room with a switch in with spiders. Okay. Pick up the spider meat. Always wanted to have spider meat. We need to flip the switch from the mine access. I've got a message here. It says all work is to cease immediately. All portable materials and resources to be removed from the site before 0800. The site abandoned in accordance with LCG protocols. On-site personnel will be quarantined for 4 weeks at Polsac facility on half pay to ensure no contamination. The security team has been dispatched to evaluate the artifact. There's a possibility of bandits raiding the site after abandonment cause potential biohazard complications. Ensure proper markings and contamination convoys are active. Management doubts that will dissuade all bandits, but at least it would be clear to us any legal action in the events of an outbreak. Yep. Okay, we got some food. Take that. It's a couple of bits and pieces out here. See, we'll just shove these in here as well. We got what we got here. Neo got some insulation that can go into the main storage. And we've got drill. And that is about it as far as I can see. So we're just going to go down. And I think what we've got to do is go down here. The trouble is, if I remember correctly, there's a turret or something down here. Let me just kind of recon it. Yeah, there's a turret just there. We stay close to the wall. Oh, go away, go away, go away. Reload on the retreat. Oh, for an epic shotgun. We got you, haven't we? Yep. Got you. Nope. Got rid of him. Oh, okay. Back to the shotgun. Reload. I think I'm going to use up these small med kits because they're not as good as they give the impression. Some whoops. Well, we're not going to run out of meat, if nothing else. I think that clears this room. We say we got quite. Let me just take a quick look round. Make sure we've cleared the room. We've got to go down there. Okay. Ah, well, okay. Right, there's another one down here as well. Where are you? Are you up? Kill the Haskell. Okay. Put this stuff in the fridge. What's alien plasma? Miscellaneous. Okay, that needs to go back into the fridge. So the alien plasma. This is input there. That probably needs to go into main storage because it's construction. Right, let's have a quick loop round. On the off chance that we may get some zirconium, which is probably pretty close to impossible. There we got some. I'll just shove it in there. We can. Oops, no. Okay, we've got a chainsaw. Actually, I'm going to put everything in main storage because I'm aware that time is going on, and then I'll sort it out off camera because we're getting all sorts of kind of odds and ends here. Right, long shot, zirconium, nope. Short long shot. Getting plenty of plants, there's nothing else. Done that one. Got an oscillator, I don't think. Do these have zirconium in? I can't remember now. I've got multi-charge. I'm sure these had... These have got... Oops. I'm sure... Oops. Okay. Large container. I'm sure they used to have more in. Some minigun rounds. Got that there. And we got a little bit of cobalt alloy. That's about it. I'll just give you a quick look down. This is the kitchen area, which plays quite a prominent role in what we got to do. So in the next part, we're going to go down to the sub levels and see what we can get. But this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Hope you found it interesting. And until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.